Hello there. In this film, we will present you with a field-type sport crossbow, its structure, and the basic shooting rules. The field sport crossbow consists of cocking stirrup grip, barrel, front sight, riser to which limbs are attached to form a bow, string, flight groove, stock, dioptic rear sight, trigger, foregrip, cheek rest, and butt plate. Contest rules, distances, and aims. In accordance with the field crossbow contest rules, an athlete is given 2 minutes for 3 shots indoors and 3 minutes for 3 shots outdoors. The distances are 10 and 18 meters indoors with 25 centimeter diameter target. And for outdoors, the distance is 35 meters with a 40 centimeter diameter target and at distances of 50 and 65 meters. The target is 60 centimeters in diameter. The crossbow should not weigh more than 10 kilos. The maximum size of the bow is 900 millimeters. The flight groove is under 300 millimeters. And the sighting line length is under 760 millimeters. It is prohibited to use any assisting devices to cock the crossbow, to apply any electronic elements, or optic systems and sights. Crossbow shooting area recommendations. The crossbow shooting area should be equipped with 20-meter-long safety zones on the sides. A 30-meter-long safety zone shielded or protected by artificial barriers like mounds, solid walls, or protection nets. During shooting, it should be prohibited for people to enter the safety zones and the zone behind the targets. When choosing a shooting area within a city, it is prohibited to have inhabited houses, buildings, or highways closer than 500 meters behind the shooting line. Preparing to shoot. While getting ready for shooting, all the actions are done at the command of an instructor or a judge. At a command, one should take the position on the line in such a way that the shooting line would be between the legs. Put one leg in the stirrup and draw the string. The position of a crossbow during drawing is not regulated. The main mistake in drawing the string is failing to align its center with the center of the rail. This happens due to a wrong manual fixation of the string, which leads to the arrow going sideways from the rail line. In order to draw the string properly, one should fix it in such a way so that the fingers would be pressed against the rail and therefore prevent the center of the bowstring from moving. If done correctly, the arrow will slide along the rail smoothly. While loading, the crossbow should be placed parallel to the shooting line. One's leg should be out of the stirrup, and the arrow should only be put in when the crossbow is standing on the ground. Without lifting the crossbow, put the arrow all the way into the rail, with the leading feather facing down. While putting the arrow in, you should watch your fingers from getting onto the flying groove, because in the case of an inadvertent actuation of the trigger, the so-called string break, one's hands can be severely injured. Please note that when lifting the crossbow, it is prohibited to lift it higher than the shield level or to horizontally move it beyond the neighboring shields. Preparing to shoot and aiming. Stand firmly. Head straight. Feet face a bit outwards. The distance between the feet is a little bit narrower than the shoulder length, and the toes are facing a bit sideways. Your body is a bit bent back and to the side. Buttocks is moved forward, making the spine bend a bit. The crossbow is held with the support arm in such a way so that it would bear the main load. The lock is placed against the shoulder and pressed to the body of the shooter. The cheek is placed on the cheek piece so that the distance between from eye to the diopter sight would be 2 to 3 centimeters. The field crossbow has 2 sights. The front sight is the bead. It serves for rough corrections between 1 to 2 sizes of the target, as well as for changing the shooting distances. The longer the distance, the lower the sight, which increases the angle of the arrow flight. The rear sight is dioptic. It serves for more precise corrections while shooting within the target center. For precise targeting, it is necessary to aim at the center of the target. The shooting cost of the sights changes on different distances with the heads of the micrometric screws. The closer the target, the more clicks should be made for the correction. There are also crossbows that don't make corrections by sight changes, but by moving the rail up, and therefore making an athlete's job significantly easier. Shooting. Mind your fingers while shooting. They should be away from the flying groove area to avoid injury. It is the specifics of the posture that while shooting, you should keep the crossbow tight at the time of the descent of the string. It is necessary because the arrow speed is much lower than the speed of a bullet, and there is the possibility to drop the crossbow before the arrow leaves the rail. That's why it's necessary to hold the crossbow still for 1 to 3 seconds after the shot. At a stop shooting command, it is prohibited to lift the crossbows, just as it is in rifle shooting. Unloading the crossbow. If for some reason you change your mind about making a shot, it is necessary to unload the crossbow. Lower it with the stirrup facing down and take the arrow out. With the instructor's help, loosen the bowstring while holding it with hands. Shooting blanks is strictly prohibited because it may lead to crossbow breakdown. Taking an arrow out. To take an arrow out of a shield, it is necessary to wrap it with a special device called arrow puller as close to the shield as possible and start pulling it and at the same time turning it. Avoid bending the arrow by pulling it out the direction its axis is facing. You have watched Short Crossbow Shooting Tutorial. Please note that crossbow shooting lessons may only take place with professional coaches and instructors. We wish you luck in this fascinating sport.